Hello neighbors, yes, that's right, you saw it in the title. If you mix milk with shin ramen or any type of spicy Korean ramen, you get like a carbonara texture. Now it's very, very interesting. A lot of people know if you eat ramen late at night and you go to bed, you know, as your last meal, the next morning you're gonna... But this one, if you cook it, you don't feel it at all. I've tried it out. Today, I'm thinking I'll throw in just a few little extra ingredients just to make it taste even better. And next time you're thinking late night foods, try this creamy ramen. For this one, work with anything left over in the refrigerator. If you go to the mart to get stuff, it's not the way. You gotta go with just the leftover veggies. I got some leftover oyster mushroom. Lately, I've been liking the Polish sausage, and then of course some broccoli. Now, of course, guys, you don't have to add in any of these ingredients. You can just add the milk with the ramen and you'll get a base pasta. Lately, I've been really into Polish sausage. I'm gonna add maybe a half of this, not everything. Then a little bit of onion. Let's cut this up. Everyone has their go-to ramen, but the most classic one for Koreans is shin ramen. But I find myself always eating noguri. This is also spicy Korean noodles, but the noodles are thicker. It's kind of like udon noodle styles. Use whichever spicy noodles you like. The keyword is spicy. That way it adds that flavor towards it. Depending on your mood, we can throw the noodle straight into the milk, but if you boil it in a separate water, that noodle is fried, and then that oil, you can toss that out, so it leads to less bloating. But it's up to you. Again, you can just cook it directly in the milk. And this is a random fact, but a lot of times I hear people that go live in the US say that the ramen just doesn't taste the same. That's because the shin ramen that you buy in the US, those noodles are factored over there. So the flour that they use, it's different from the flour in Korea. Let's get a little bit of oil. Sausage in first. Then let's just throw all of our vegetables in. Just a little bit of salt, season the veggies. And then just stir fry until you get a nice little char on the vegetables and of course on the sausage. All right, that looks good. And the water is boiling, it's good timing. We're gonna drop this in. We don't wanna cook this fully. We want it to finish cooking in the milk. So just cook it about halfway through. That should be about 2 minutes. Woo! Then carefully add 1.5 cups of milk. That's one. And there's the other half. Take your seasoning packet out. Drop that in there. And then of course the flakes. Ooh, time's up on the noodles. All right, empty out the noodles. And then here, if you just rinse it under cold water, that excess oil is gonna be taken off. And then we'll add in that milk. And once it comes to a boil like this, you don't want the milk to burn, so reduce to a low heat and just mix in the noodles. And now this is another optional thing, but for a little bit darker color, you can add a few shakes of gochugaru. All right, and then just take a look. You can already see how this looks like a carbonara pasta. All right, the flavor is amazing. I've had this already. Oh man. Then let's get our ingredients. Let's get our broccoli to one side, and then our sausage. And then you don't have to add in everything. Right, just a little bit. Cover up the noodles. A little touch of sesame seeds on top. And there it is, milk ramen. And take a look at this. Beautiful. All right, let me give it a shot. The spiciness of the shin ramen flavor, it gets pulled down. This is perfect for people who can't really do spicy foods, but like spicy foods, and you don't taste the milk at all. So the two have become one flavor. And make sure to throw in some of these ingredients. It works beautifully. That broccoli and the sausage and some mushrooms, amazing. Guys, so next time you're in the mood for some ramen, try making it with milk and let me know what you think. I'm curious to know what you think.